It's Thursday, March 10th, 2016. Welcome to Delta Daybreak. I'm Kandace Red.
And I'm Riley Hill.
All right, Riley, as you know, the top story for today, it's all about flooding. So hundreds of people across the South, including right here in Mississippi, specifically Greenville, are waking up to flooded streets and communities. We do have the latest on all the information you need to know. But first, let's talk about the weather. Riley, are we still under a flash flood warning?
We are under a flash flood warning until 7:30 a.m. and Washington County emergency managers were already rescuing people from their homes starting late last night. This was around 3 a.m. Rescue started in northeast Greenville, and I think they have since ceased that in northeast Greenville, but a lot of homes are already still flooded. They're already starting to bring in more water. Highway 1 and 82 completely flooded. That just came in from the National Weather Service. Homes from Cleveland to Greenville really being affected by this. A lot of homes seeing standing water inside them, and then a lot of the county roads almost impassable in most counties. Chico County, they actually started their rescues around 7 o'clock last night, so this is a huge flooding concern for the whole area. Let's take a look at our radar right now as we are continuing to see these strong bands of showers and storms work their way through the Delta. Yazoo County actually seeing a fairly strong thunderstorm this morning, pushing into Holmes and Humphreys County, about to hit southern LaFleur County, and so that's likely going to cause some flash flooding concerns, as well as they have some decent rainfall rates. And folks, this is just round 2 of about 4 so far. So we've already seen close to 9 inches of rain here in Greenville. And taking a look at our kind of Tri-City area, rain covering pretty much the entire Delta this morning, and this is going to be the case for the rest of our Thursday and going into Friday as well, and most likely Saturday. Now, we are under a flood warning. Anywhere you see red, that is a flood warning until 7:30 a.m. So that includes Issaquena, Washington, Bolivar, and Sunflower, Chico, Drew, Ashley, Deshay, East West Carroll Parish, and Northeast Louisiana. And then a flash flood watch, that's going to continue until about 6 p.m. anywhere you see in green. And so we have more rain on the way. This is just the start of it, and this is going to continue for a while today. So be aware of the weather. Just coming to work this morning, it was hard to even drive on the roads. Turn around, don't drown, don't take a chance. They're already getting reports of cars stalling out across the area, so just be careful out there. And this is how much rain we've actually seen across the area so far. Over 9 inches of rain here in Greenville, a little bit less as you go out towards the east. So Greenwood not picking up the heaviest of the rain bands, but Monroe, Louisiana, 17 inches of rain. That is over a foot. That is within the last 2 days. This is a huge, huge concern for our area, folks. So be aware of the weather. Make sure that floodwaters are not heading your way. If it is, go ahead and evacuate. And if you're stuck, call 911. They will come get you. So we're going to do a live shot coming up later in the show to kind of take a look at some of the damage across the area. We want to keep you all safe. And so that will be coming up later in the show, and more on your weather coming up as well.
Thanks, Riley. Well, the city of Greenville, as you heard, just like other parts of the South, is experiencing severe flooding. Well, residents are waking up to flooded homes, streets, and communities. And as of right now, as you heard from Riley, Highway 1 and Highway 82 intersection is completely flooded. Now, several roads in Washington County are impossible to travel over due to major flooding. And according to the Emergency Management Office, evacuations are already being held in. That was in northeast Greenville. The National Weather Service is urging drivers to turn around, don't drown if you encounter flooded roadways. And one Greenville resident is speaking out after heavy flooding turned his backyard into a pond. Well, Benny Waller says the city of Greenville has failed to fix the drainage problem around his house, and that's near Highway 1. He says Greenville Christian School is also having flooding problems, but the city did fix that issue.
They opened up the cupboard there for them, and where the water would run out where they parked. But it was supposed to be done on my side, but evidently they didn't.
WXVT reached out to city officials but did not receive any comment. And flooding isn't the only problem hitting the Magnolia State. Well, some residents in Mississippi are waking up in the dark. Now, according to Energy Mississippi, more than 300 people are without power this morning thanks to the severe weather. Here in Washington County, at least 9 customers are in the dark. Energy says crews cannot restore power to structures with damaged electrical equipment. And keeping our eye on flooded waters, at least 3 people are dead after downpours caused flooding across the South, and in some places up to a foot of rain is expected by the end of the weekend. Well, as Don Champion reports, it's making a dangerous situation even worse.
Across the South, drenching storms are not letting up. In West Monroe, Louisiana overnight, rising floodwater made travel dangerous.
We just stalled out.
Still, drivers took chances, and even police found themselves having difficulty. Up to 7 inches of rain has already fallen in several places. Another 5 could fall by the weekend. In Fort Worth, Texas, it was an anxious night for people like Taylor Neff. He watched water creep closer to his house.
It's tense. We're used to it right now, but we're just keeping an eye on the numbers. We're watching what those 2 lakes are letting out.
In hard-hit Houghton, Louisiana, water is up to the rooftops of homes. Cars are submerged. Harvey Kemper tried salvaging what he could while he could.
Quick. And let's say less than an hour, it was from right here to right up here.
In parts of the state, mandatory evacuations have been ordered, and the National Guard has been called in to help. The governor also declared a state of emergency.
New information about the 4-year-old boy who fell from the top of a Ferris wheel. With Greenville Assistant Police Chief Michael Merchant says the department has been advised that the child is still hospitalized and his status has been upgraded to stable. Well, police say the child hurt his shoulder and head Sunday at Johnson Amusement Fair in Greenville. He was rushed to the hospital for medical treatment and then later airlifted to another hospital. Police are still investigating that case. And a Jackson police officer is recovering after getting shot during an armed robbery. Well, the incident happened yesterday morning at the Edgewood Terrace Apartments. Well, when officers arrived, they found a broken window. Police say the suspect began shooting from that window. 1 bullet grazed an officer in the side. We're told the suspect did get away. Hinds County deputies and the Mississippi Highway Patrol are assisting in that search. And State Representative Linda Coleman is becoming a circuit judge in the Mississippi Delta. Well, Governor Phil Bryant announced Wednesday that he's appointing Coleman to serve in a nonpartisan judicial seat in Bolivar, Coahoma, Quitman, and Tunica counties. Now, she lives in Mound Bayou, has practiced law for almost 30 years, and has served in the House since 1992. Well, Coleman succeeds Judge Johnny Walls of Greenville, who recently retired, and Coleman's judicial appointment is temporary. A nonpartisan special election will be held in November to fill the final 2 years of the 4-year term. And March is Wildfire Prevention Month right here in Mississippi, and the Mississippi Forestry Commission is working hard to put an end to wildfires across the state. Well, March has one of the highest wildfire rates of the year due to the weather transition from winter to spring, dry vegetation, and windy conditions. Well, last year, the MFC responded to more than 1,100 wildfires that burned more than 14,000 acres. Well, Public Relations Director Bryden Foster says 9 out of 10 wildfires are preventable and caused by people.
We also want to encourage Mississippi's citizens to help us protect the valuable forest land and natural resources of the state by using caution and preventing wildfire occurrences if they're doing any outdoor recreational burning.
Prevent wildfires by always finding out if there is a burn ban in effect before burning. And in business news, there's a new special health care center for kids. Well, Delta Pediatric Care is a pediatric extended day health center for medically fragile children. Well, the center opened last month at 526 Fairview Avenue right here in Greenville. It provides special care for children from birth to the age of 21. Maureen Gallagher is the owner, and she says the health care center is unlike any other center across the Delta.
Children come here, they are cared for, they get their meds, they take naps, they are fed, but they also get their therapies on site if needed. We offer speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy on site, and we also provide transportation for these children.
The center is open from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. For more information, go ahead and call the health center. The number is shown right there on your screen. Well, the Greenville High School Solid Gold Marching Band is in Orlando, Florida. The award-winning band left Greenville Tuesday to head to Disney World for their annual Music in the Parks Festival. Well, the band will perform a concert and march in a Disney World parade. Everett Chin is the public relations specialist for the Greenville Public School District, and he says the band will put on a great performance with high energy and big smiles. Well, the students will be back here in Greenville on March 12th. And today in history, on March 10th, back in 1997, when Warner Brothers Network premieres its first hit show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer had a blend of drama, romance, comedy, and horror, where actress Sarah Michelle Gellar played the lead role of Buffy Summers, and she was the only person on Earth with the power to defeat vampires. Well, Buffy constantly fought off vampires while trying to survive the real-life challenges of high school. Riley, are you into Buffy?
I never watched Buffy.
I never watched it either. I'm not into vampires. It's too scary for me. Like Twilight.
Yeah, never
right?
got into that either.
The wolves too. It's too much. Okay, let's take a look now at this morning's Delta Chat question. Very important question this morning. Are you experiencing flooding in your home? Leave a message on our Facebook page. Your comment will be read live on air. Thanks as always for participating. You know what? Also, feel free to send in a picture. If the flooding is extremely severe, if it's really bad, if it's causing distress to you, let us know. We definitely want to be able to hear you and help you as well. Riley, I'm sure, as always, will remain on top of this situation. Riley, what's going on?
Yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to our Mid-South radar, take a wider look at this system. So no real end in sight. The system is continuing to train on a surface boundary and just produce widespread showers and thunderstorms across the area. So more rain is on the way for the next several days. So there's no end real in sight for us with this rain. Now we could see a few breaks like we've seen over the past couple days, but it will definitely return without a doubt. Now for today, our day planner back into the mid to lower 70s and an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain likely to occur today. So this is just going to be the same situation that we had yesterday overnight. Going to continue today, possibly even bringing another strong thunderstorm by this evening. Kind of the same setup that we've seen over the past couple days. Now we're going to do the weather after the break, and then we're going to head out, do a live shot, take a look at some of the flooding across the area. And so that'll be coming up later in the show as well.
All right, thanks, Riley. We'll be right back after the break.